Picture this. It's 7 a.m. The alarm goes off, and the day begins. One of you is rushing to get ready for work while the other is trying to pack lunches and get the kids out the door. You pass each other in the kitchen, barely exchanging more than a quick, "Did you pay the bill?" Or, "Don't forget the appointment." By the time the day ends, you're both exhausted, and instead of connecting, you fall into bed silently scrolling through your phones. Sound familiar? It's not that you've fallen out of love, it's that life has turned your marriage into a series of tasks. But here's the thing. Marriage was never meant to be a competition or a list of chores. It's supposed to be a partnership, a team effort. And when couples forget that, resentment and disconnection start to grow. The truth is, teamwork is the backbone of every strong marriage. It's what keeps you united when things get tough, and it's what helps you celebrate the wins together. Today, we're diving deep into why teamwork in marriage is so important, and how you can build it step by step to create a relationship that truly feels like a united front. Let's start with what teamwork in marriage actually means. It's not just about dividing chores or sharing bills. It's about two people working together toward a shared vision, supporting each other through challenges, and making sure no one feels like they're carrying the load alone. Think of your marriage like a relay race. You're both running toward the same goal, but you can't win unless you trust each other to carry the baton when you're tired. One day you might lead the charge. Another day, your partner might. Teamwork is knowing that no matter what happens, you're in it together. One couple, married for 15 years, once shared how they completely changed their relationship by shifting their mindset from me versus you to us versus the problem. Instead of arguing about who is doing more around the house, they started saying, "Okay, how can we solve this together?" That small change transformed their marriage. The first key to great teamwork is communication. You can't be an effective team if you don't talk about what's going on. Communication isn't just about sharing facts, it's about expressing feelings, needs, and expectations clearly. Many couples assume their partner just knows what they're thinking, but that assumption creates frustration. For example, imagine one partner working long hours, thinking they're providing for the family, while the other feels lonely and neglected. Without communication, both feel misunderstood. But with open, honest dialogue, they can find balance maybe by scheduling quality time or adjusting responsibilities. Here's a tip. Set aside time each week for what I call a team check-in. Sit down together, talk about what's working, what's stressful, and how you can support each other better. Even 15 minutes can make a huge difference. The second part of teamwork is shared responsibility. In a marriage, everything you do impacts both of you, so the responsibilities should be shared, not just divided. This doesn't mean everything has to be 50/50, but it does mean each person's effort should be valued. I once heard about a couple who started resenting each other because one partner felt like they were doing more housework while the other handled most of the financial responsibilities. Once they listed everything, each person contributed childcare, emotional labor, errands, planning. It became clear they were both working hard, just in different ways. Recognizing that helped them see each other with gratitude instead of frustration. Your takeaway. Teamwork means looking at the full picture, not just your own side of the story. Appreciate each other's contributions, even the invisible ones. Next, let's talk about supporting each other's goals. In a strong marriage, you don't just chase your dreams, you help each other chase them. A good team celebrates both wins and losses together. Take Lisa and John. Lisa dreamed of starting her own bakery, but she was scared to take the leap. John believed in her, helped her plan finances, and even spent weekends helping her renovate a small space. Years later, that bakery became a success, and Lisa said it wouldn't have happened without his support. When one person's dream becomes both of your dreams, that's real partnership. Ask your partner, what's something you've always wanted to do, and how can I help you make it happen? You'd be surprised how deeply that question can strengthen connection. Another key part of teamwork is managing conflict together. Every couple fights, what matters is how you fight. Too often, partners treat disagreements like battles to win instead of problems to solve. Teamwork flips that mindset. Instead of saying, "You're wrong," try saying, "Let's figure this out together." A couple I once worked with used to argue constantly about money. They'd accuse each other, defend their own decisions, and end up even more frustrated. Once they started approaching it as a shared challenge, creating a budget as a team, they began solving problems instead of escalating them. Here's an actionable tip. During disagreements, pause and remind yourself, my partner isn't the enemy, the problem is. That one mental shift can turn tension into teamwork. Now, let's talk about one of the most underrated aspects of teamwork: trust. When you truly see each other as teammates, you trust that your partner has your back, even when you're not at your best. You don't have to do everything alone, and you don't have to carry every worry by yourself. A husband once shared how, when he lost his job, he felt like a failure. But his wife reminded him, we'll figure this out together. That one sentence gave him the courage to keep going. Months later, when she was going through a tough time with her health, he returned that same strength to her. That's what a team does: pick each other up when the other falls. To build trust, keep your promises, be dependable, and show up even in small ways. Whether it's remembering to pick up something they need, keeping your word, or simply being present, consistency builds a solid foundation. The next piece of the puzzle is celebrating wins together. In many marriages, people focus on what's wrong instead of what's right. But strong teams celebrate progress, even the small victories. Maybe you finally finished a home project, paid off a debt, or just survived a stressful week without snapping at each other. Those moments deserve recognition. It could be as simple as saying, hey, we handled that really well together. Acknowledging teamwork strengthens the bond and reminds you that you're partners, not opponents. Another element of teamwork is shared vision. A team without a common goal eventually drifts apart. In marriage, that means regularly revisiting your why. What kind of life do you want to build together? What values do you want to live by? One couple created what they called a marriage mission statement. They sat down one weekend and wrote out their shared goals, things like spending more quality time, supporting each other's personal growth, and maintaining respect even during disagreements. Whenever life felt chaotic, they went back to that list. It reminded them of what truly mattered. You can do this too. Talk about your shared future, your dreams for the next year, 5 years, or even decades. Having a joint purpose gives your teamwork direction. And let's not forget appreciation. When you're part of a team, encouragement fuels effort. Everyone wants to feel seen and valued. Yet in marriage, it's easy to overlook the small things because you get used to them. Make it a habit to thank your partner for their contributions, even if it's something routine like making dinner, picking up the kids, or managing the bills. A simple, I appreciate you, goes a long way. Teamwork thrives in gratitude. The more you recognize each other's efforts, the stronger your bond becomes. Let's take a moment to recap. Teamwork in marriage means communicating openly, sharing responsibilities, supporting each other's goals, resolving conflicts as allies, building trust, celebrating wins, creating a shared vision, and showing appreciation. These aren't just steps, they're habits that turn two individuals into one united team. When both partners move in the same direction, everything becomes lighter. The challenges feel manageable, the connection deepens, and the relationship grows stronger. You stop keeping score and start working together for something bigger than yourselves. If your marriage feels out of sync right now, don't lose hope. Every team goes through rough seasons. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Start with one small step today. Maybe it's listening with patience, helping your partner with a task they've been stressed about, or simply saying, we're in this together. The beauty of marriage is that it gives you a teammate for life. A person who's on your side through every victory, setback, and new beginning. So, which part of teamwork do you think your marriage could use more of right now? Is it communication, shared goals, or maybe appreciation? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you found this helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Stronger Together for more relationship insights that help you build a happier, more united partnership. Because when you and your spouse learn to work as one team, there's no challenge too big, no storm too strong, and no dream too far out of reach. Here's to building a marriage where you don't just love each other, you've got each other's back always.